Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the PM Hour.
Yeah, let's go.
Where you just tuned back into, it's all love. And we're going to get into the first part of a two-part episode we got for y'all. And before we get started, we're just going to let you know that one of us, my sister, our sister, y'all's sister, Tasha, is not with us on this episode. But we're going to keep it rocking with us three. And y'all know, my name is Patrick.
I'm Terry.
Oh, yeah, it's your boy Garrett. Oh, and it's all about the melanin, y'all.
Yeah, and, we doing this on a different day we normally do. We pretty excited. Mm-hmm. And today we went to see Dr. Umar.
Yes.
Right?
And live
Dr.
in person,
Umar
one of his
Johnson.
speeches.
We went to, listen to one of his lectures, one of his speeches.
Out in L.A., Los Angeles.
Right.
Oh, yeah, the Blessed Love, right off of Vernon. Y'all know where it is.
Vernon,
you know what I'm saying?
Normandy, right on in the corner, yep.
Yeah,
So basically, y'all know where we at.
Yeah,
y'all know where
right,
we
exactly
at.
where we at.
That's 100.
Shout out to Lamar Park.
Yeah, right, 100.
Oh, man. But we just were so excited and pumped. And we just wanted to come back and kind of discuss some of the stuff he was talking about. And we liked this so much. This was actually our second time seeing Dr. Umar. We try to see him every time he come out here to California, to Los Angeles. And part of the reason why I want us to talk about this, guys, is because, Dr. Umar, he's Pan-African.
Yeah.
And we're Pan-African, right? And part of it, he get a lot of flack from people. He has a lot of haters and also a lot of people that support too.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk about how we feel about Dr. Umar Johnson. Like, are we on the love side? Or are we on the hate? We definitely not on the hate side.
Right.
We've been to see him a couple
Yeah,
times
we went to see him.
already,
When we
right?
to give him our money, then, we in support.
Exactly. So how do you guys feel about him?
Well, we definitely see those negative comments out there about him, and he himself even talk about it there. And he's a strong brother because, he keeps it pushing, and he's not going to let some negative comments come at him. I mean, we've had negative comments here on this show, people talking about us and everything like that. But it just comes with it when you tell people exactly who you are, and people are just negative. But speaking of Umar himself, I'm going to make it official and let y'all know I'm in full support of the brother. And I consider him the face of the new Pan-African movement. We have our leaders of the past, but for me, myself, I don't know who else I can point to say, like, he's the one really doing the work. He's the one really showing me from everything he's doing that, is credible enough to say that, okay, I'm a supporter of him. I follow him. So it's all right. It's all right for me to say, okay, and give brother my, my attention and all of that. Yeah. Because and even though, thinking about it reasonably, like, okay, no one has presented a good argument as far as I'm concerned as why negativity over him is even there. What is it, things he's doing? Point to me who else is doing it something more tangible than he is. He got the school, he go to China, he go to South America, he go to Africa, he go to Caribbeans and America and everything. He going around the world spreading his message and doing everything he does. He put in the footwork.
Right.
Despite how we feel about him, and I'm not saying the man is perfect. We're not going on, all about that. But,
true, but
I can't say there's too much I disagree with him on.
Right.
And I listen to his points, seen his videos. I haven't got a chance to read his books much yet, but I've watched his videos all over these years, and we went to 2 of his speeches thus far.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't quite see where I'm in disagreement with him. I'm in support of the brother, and I'm officially saying that, making it known. He's a Pan-Africanist, considers himself the prince of Pan-Africanism. Right. Well, I'm a Pan-Africanist. I consider myself a Pan-African fundamentalist. That's my little cut from the whole thing,
Right.
But, yeah, so that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. I'm not in disagreement with the guy.
Right.
He's one of our brothers. And unification is the thing. Like, we need to be unified. So, yes. So, where does it start?
Right. And he has gotten a lot of criticism, I think, is mainly for getting the funding for the school.
Yeah.
So that's the main criticism. I think we basically agree with a lot of the other stuff that he says. But, earlier you were saying something about his delivery. Like, maybe that's a part of it, right? The things that he says, right? And how aggressive he is about it.
Well, yeah, delivery. No, delivery is a good point to really kind of, I think that's a good word to start it, right? Because it's not really much the message that she's sending. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like we all said, we agree with a lot of stuff that he says. You know what I'm saying? We all heard him speak. And, it's really not much you would necessarily go against, like, you know what I'm saying? Not even just like what he's saying, but like the direction that he goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because we don't know him personally, right? But I'm pretty sure he's pretty like an outstanding brother. Every time on this podcast, he's always giving out pictures. I mean, look how long it was when we were in there. He was signing books, you know what I'm saying?
Like
Before we even
4
started
hours.
talking. Yeah, right. So it shows some dedication there. But yeah, there is something when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, a lot of brothers that know they have a platform and they're able to speak to big crowds of people. Yeah, sometimes it could feel like they're more talking at you than to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then that's where it's like the message that you are sending can get lost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Translation.
Yeah.
Because,
Good point.
you know, I mean, when you're talking at me, you feel like that. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Like they're coming at you
Yeah,
somewhere.
you feel like they're coming at you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's like,
Especially if you're bringing up issues that, you know,
pertain to
feel
you
like
and your
to
community
your
and what you see
situation.
and all
Yeah.
that, right? You know, you kind of it's like that, you know. And I'm saying to negate that, it's all about and how your speech and your delivery and how well you come off. We have a series that we were going to talk about, you know, some of like the best speakers out there, some of the best we could talk about, like Francis Cress Wessling, but Malcolm X as well, because Malcolm
Great
X
orator and great delivery of his messages.
Why I bring up the point. Actually, I think both of them. Cress Wessling, if you ever heard her speak, you know what I'm saying, as well as Malcolm X, right?
Yeah.
When they're in front of crowds, you know, it's like it's almost like they're talking to you directly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's like 1-on-1,
Yeah.
right? And they could be over in a crowd of 50,000 people.
Yeah, like they're
you know
sitting
what I'm
right here
saying?
in your living room talking
It's
to
just
you.
so
Yeah.
calm. It's just so you hear every single word. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like very low breath. And I feel like in Umar, it's something that I wish he noticed as well. We want to get the message. That's the point. You feel what I'm saying? We all want to get the message, and we don't want to make it seem like, you know, we don't want to have this invisible animosity that I talk about sometimes with some of our brothers, which is just ridiculous. But
That's a good way to put
sometimes
it. Invisible
we get
animosity.
this
That's what
invisible animosity where it's
Yeah.
like, you know, instead of you just listening to what this brother's trying to say, you actually feel offended. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not the case.
Yeah.
Don't feel offended. You know, listen to what he's trying to say, because
Yeah.
it's not you. It's the plural you, you know?
Yeah.
It's the world you
Yeah.
in the sense of you, but it's not you directly.
Yeah.
And a lot of us brothers got to understand that when we're trying to build with each other, because steel sharpens steel. Y'all all got to know that. You know what I'm saying? Steel sharpens steel, man. That's how we do it.
And it's real because, you know, you brought up Malcolm X and stuff. Anybody watch Malcolm X, you see a lot of times you see him get aggressive is most of the time when he's on stage. You know, he's on stage, and that's when you see him really go hard in his voice and just, you know, you show the anger part, aggressive side. But if you watch his one-on-one interviews, you know, when he was at radio stations and shows, that you see that he's calm, cool, collective. His message is still sharp and on point and nail on the head every time, but he delivers it in a way where it's like, I don't have to raise my voice, show aggression or anything. Umar Johnson doesn't do that. If you notice, whether it's on stage or, you know, in an interview, he still just shows that aggression. He goes hard, and he's unapologetic about it. You know, I'm sure he's not concerned about looking that way. That's his delivery. That's how he chooses to do it. Some people are turned off by it. I'm not. A lot of people aren't, because it's the message for me. I mean, I don't care if you deliver it. And matter of fact, sometimes we need to see a brother like that. I like seeing a brother like that's angry about, why aren't you? I'm angry too.
Well, he's
you know
passionate.
What I'm saying?
I
Yeah, he's
think that's
passionate.
his
Yeah,
passion
passionate
coming
about
through.
this.
Yeah.
I like that, but some people are not. And a lot of, I think the negativity about him over him is misplaced.
Yeah.
But who
Agreed.
am I to say? Who am I to say for that? You know, some people like their bread more softer. Other people like it toasted. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? The point I'm making there?
Yeah, I
So
do.
it's
Yeah,
like, that's
right.
just what it is.
Some people
you know?
take a little burn more than they would like some.
But then we consider the most brilliant of us were able to bring him into our brilliant Malcolm X. Some people were able to make it both, deliver both, give it the bread and the just nice and right, you know?
Right.
You know,
And it
so
takes
it's
a
like
lot of
that.
study. I think part of it too, maybe with Dr. Umar, people like to focus on the messenger as opposed to the message, because sometimes when the message hit too hard and you really don't want to focus on that part of it, right? Because maybe you have to evaluate your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, especially if this is somebody that you are trying to get to understand, you know, something you're trying to, you know, maybe even get involved with. Yeah, if they're saying certain things that you might not be ready to deal with, then you start focusing on them.
Yeah.
See, and I think that's a lot of it too. They go wrong with him. A lot of the criticism focus on him.
Yeah.
You know, and not so much the things that
That
we
he's
talk
trying to
about.
do or saying,
and it's hard to focus on the things that he talk about because they're heavy. They're so heavy, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people out here, especially when he talk about relationships and who you should be marrying, and you know how you're supposed to carry yourself because of the kids, and especially
and the
when he talk about
LGBTQ
money
community too.
Yes,
that
people don't like to talk about that, right? He's very strict on that.
Yeah.
And then the heart of it too is when he talk about money. You know, a lot of people like to listen and take it all in, as long as they don't have to, you know, alter any spending.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? As long as they don't do that, then they're fine.
Yeah.
So, and he's heavy on that.
As he said in his speech
too.
we went to, he told him,
So
marching
like,
don't cost you
serious are
anything.
you? Exactly.
Yeah. A protest don't cost you anything. You want to do those. But when it comes up to putting up your own money and really, you know, financing the revolution, that's where you stop.
You're silent.
You know?
Yeah.
And the thing, for me
and
too,
a lot
also,
of times too, that's where he asked for his support.
Yeah.
Too, right? Because you understand why he does it that way. He explained it today too. It's like I don't want to get money from the white man because then I have to alter the things that I say. And I can't, if I'm trying to empower our people, you know, in a strong way, I cannot do that.
Yeah, we're not gonna get what we want.
So that doesn't make sense.
What you want to do?
You know? But you don't want to support this. Instead of supporting this, you rather just rather criticize.
And I always say too, like, point to me. Who then? If not Umar Johnson, huh? Like who? Brother Polite, Tariq Nasheed.
Oh my God.
You know, let me know. You know what I'm saying?
There
Who's
you
doing
go.
the more real to him, you know?
Dude off, man.
And I just want to mention, I hate to mention the dude and say, but everybody trying to pit him against Kevin Samuels right now. Please get out of here with that. Anybody following Kevin Samuels, trying to make a name for yourself, putting out
Kevin
our
Samuels
women
was just
under the
joke.
bus and everything like that. You know, I hate to just bring the man's name up, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, it needs to be said.
We
And that's
shouldn't
probably
put them two in the same
well,
sentence.
that's the last time you're
Same.
going to probably hear the same thing about that. But I just want to
Please.
address that because, you know, we're opinion and we talk about the opinions out there.
We're
So
all about
y'all need to
lifting
stop
up,
with that.
not
Stop with that.
breaking, not, you know, tearing down.
And so Umar is about uplifting our people. Yeah, you might not agree with his delivery, but what is he talking about? What is he trying to do? Don't point to me any of these coons who profess to be about the black community doing something for us, but do absolutely nothing or taking us down the wrong road.
Right.
We went to his speech. We went to, our second
I mean,
speech.
all
watching
the-
him on,
that's a
watching on
brother-
stage.
that's a
our
brother, man.
I'm
That's
in
definitely a
full
brother.
support of
Yeah,
Dr. Umar
100.
Johnson.
And a lot of people that are saying the right things usually get a lot of hate.
Yeah. Okay. You bring on the hate.
That's usually what happens, and he doesn't care about that.
You got to look
That's
at
how
that.
we
You got to
support
look at the
It's a sign
opposite.
of
That's
strength.
how we feel too.
Yeah.
You know, we might come out here and say some stuff that people don't agree with, but that's what we believe in. You take it or not, you don't have to listen to us.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we are speaking to the ones that, you know who you are.
Yes.
The ones that are like-minded.
Yeah.
So if this is hitting you some type of way, you're not strong enough to deal with it, goodbye.
Right.
You're not
You
somebody
pseudo
that we need
Hotep.
on this movement.
Guys, pseudo Hotep, you know what I'm saying?
Hotep.
Hiding in
Man,
plain
this
clothes,
guy, right? This guy.
type of guy, you know. So,
But you suss
and all
them
you
out.
Negropians.
You
so,
suss them out. Not everybody
Yeah.
gonna get back on.
Negropians.
oh yeah, you're not gonna get on that
Oh,
shit.
Kali Africans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
we
what
had
I'm
to infiltrate some infiltrators in there. They were trying to catch the message. Yeah,
Oh
it's all
yeah,
good.
when the freedom spaceship comes, we're not gonna beam you up. We're not gonna beam you motherfuckers up. No, bring me. I'm gonna beam you up in the freedom spaceship. It's leaving. You're gone. You're not getting beamed up, homie.
Patches.
You know, so we're gonna leave you out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right.
Out of here,
So, yeah,
man.
no,
Let's stop playing
we're leaving
with
you.
it. Yeah, right.
We're leaving you.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's just what we want to talk about now. Part 2 is coming up. There's some other topics that Dr. Umar talked about, that we also wanted to discuss and put it out there. And this is important, because
Please comment.
a lot of people, you would think it was a packed room. It was a packed room.
Yeah.
But, so many more people need to hear this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
a brother, man. No, he's definitely worth the time to go watch and see. If y'all anyone out there curious, if y'all ever watched this podcast, ever heard about him, and y'all ever been curious to see like maybe not, no, go ahead and do it. Please go ahead and do it. Listen to him speak.
And it's the PM Hour. As always, like, subscribe. Put us first on your playlist. We everywhere podcast is played. It's all
please
there.
comment, y'all.
Definitely.
Comment, share. All right, one love.